Alright, so to give you guys an idea of what I mean by buying cheap before things take off, right? Well, I'm going to use XRP as an example, but I just want you to see that if we turn on the markers, you can see each one of these lines right here, each one of these right here is where I bought XRP, right? Knowing that the lawsuit would come to an end, knowing that the warfare that was against XRP would eventually begin to crumble, I started to buy in for long term. And I fully expect that over the next 5 to 10 years, XRP will be over $1,000 per XRP. It could go way higher than that, right? And I'm talking 5 to 10 years. And if you would have been buying in this range right here, you can see everything I bought in this range from 47 cents all the way, all the way up through there. Every bar or every line on here is where I purchased, right? And then it took off. Let me turn this off. And then it took off. So now we're sitting way up here in this range, which it's been consolidating. It's you can see these candle wicks come down and they get quickly bought right back up into this range here. So we know that any time that it comes down here, this is anywhere from basically $1.98, maybe $2, all the way down to $1.66 is a good buying area. So if you want to pick up some XRP, anytime that you see it below $2, you should be purchasing some XRP, but you need to be willing to hold this long term. But what I want to introduce you to is the best way to go about getting your profit, your making profits while we wait this out over 5 to 10 years, because most people don't have the money to just let it sit for 5 to 10 years. They just don't, because they're making living paycheck to paycheck and that kind of thing. So what I do is I pick it up. Like I said, I picked it up down here in this range, and when it jumped up here, actually when it got right around in here is where I sold out. Here's how I do it. Okay, let's put this on the screen for you. However much money you put into a crypto, this is the best possible way to ensure you always make profits, because crypto is volatile. It can drop 80%, 86%, even 90%, right? And very quickly, and then rebound back up and continue up. But it's volatile. So what you want to do is when things shoot up is you want to take profits. So here's what I do. I keep track, that's what those lines are all about, where I purchased it, right? And how many tokens I purchased and the cost that it cost me to purchase, and I keep a grand total. So what I do is I take the grand total, let's just say it's $10,000. What I'm going to do is I will always keep, no matter what happens in the market, even if we go down 90%, I will always keep 50% of what I invested long term if I believe in that crypto, like I believe in XRP. So, in other words, out of the $10,000 I put into it, I would keep 5,000 in this market no matter what takes place over the next 5 to 10 years. Right? I will never pull out 50%. But the other 5,000, I'll take a quarter of that, I'll divide it by 4, 5,000 divided by 4, and then as it goes up, I take a quarter out. And as it goes up higher, I take a quarter out. As it goes up higher, I take a quarter out. And as it goes up higher, I take a quarter out until I hit my 50%. What this allows me to do is that if we do have a correction in the market, well, I've got part of my money already back out, and when it takes that significant dip, and I'm talking significant, 20% or more, 25, we can have a 20% dip in one day. That's crypto. But if it takes a 25 to 30% dip or more than that, then I can get back in with the money that I pulled out. But no matter what happens, if it continues to go up, I still have 50% of my investment in there, so it doesn't matter. But when it finally does take that leg down or a couple legs down and we have that massive correction, I have money pulled back out that I can put in again and write it up again and do the same thing. whatever the new total value is, divide it in half. That 50% is going to stay, and I'm going to take a quarter of the other 50% out each time. This is the best way to ensure that you are always making profits while you wait this out over 5 to 10 years. So just quickly, once again, 10,000 as an example. Okay, it might only be $100 that you have. Maybe you only are able to put 50 into the market. Whatever. Take your total, divide that in half. 50% is going to remain in the market at all times for the next 5 to 10 years, right? To get maximum value, because no matter what, I mean, if you look at BTC, if you look at it, and let's go over here to the monthly. Over time, no matter what, it's uphill. Let's just take this, right? It's uphill. You can see this line right here. Over time, it's uphill. Yeah, we have, we had this major dip here. Then we went up all the way to here, right? Then we had a major dip, but then we went all the way up to here, set a new high. Then another major dip. Then we went up here and set a new high. Down, up to a new high. Over time, it's going to go up and become more and more valuable. Now, is BTC going to continue up? I don't know. Okay, when regulation comes in and Tether's no longer allowed, I don't know what's going to happen with BTC. In my opinion, I've invested a lot of money into BTC, but I've taken profits all the way up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Basically swing trading BTC. But in my opinion, BTC, it really literally has no utility. It costs a lot of money. It's very slow in transaction settlements. I just don't see how it can be anything other than a store of value. Yes, it can be a store of value, but I don't see how it can be anything other than that. And I don't know what the maximum, is it going to hit $1 million? Is it going to hit $150,000? I don't know. And will it eventually go to zero? That's possible, right? Because it has no intrinsic value. But I can swing trade it all I want to. But in order, like right now, BTC sitting at 80,479. So for it to 1x my investment, if I put $100 in, for my $100 to double, it has to go to 160,000. Okay, and then we look at XRP down here, 225. For it to double my money, it's got to go to 450. That's it. Very easy, very simple. So I'd rather have my money in here for that swing trade if I'm going to swing trade. Me, and I hope most of you guys that come along onto this channel will see that the opportunity is over the next 5 to 10 years. But in order to stick it out for 5 to 10 years, you got to make profits along the way, and that's why I say take 50% of whatever the total value you put in, divide that in half. That'll give you the 50%. So 50% will always remain for 5 to 10 years, but out of the remaining 50%, you divide that number by 4. And as it goes up in value, we're going to take profits 1 quarter at a time until we've used up the entire 50%. Then when we have a correction in the market, we can get back into the market with the money that we pulled out. So in the next video, what we need to talk about is US-based cryptocurrencies compared to non-US based cryptocurrencies, mainly because there's a very, very high possibility that that there will be zero capital gains tax on any investment or any capital gains made from a US-based cryptocurrency. So we'll talk about the next video. Guys, I love you. God bless you all. We'll catch you in the next video.